Welcome to Barcast Narrates. I will be your narrator for today, Flutterpriest, and we also have the lovely Anonpencil.
Hi, I wrote a story and I'm forcing people to read it again, which seems to be the only thing we do for Barcast reads.
That's not true. We read other things sometimes.
When?
Today's story, we're reading Flipping the Bird by Anonpencil, which I'm sure is going to be just total feature bait.
Oh my god.
Pencil, what can you tell us about this?
I wrote it for Flamin' Fisher. He paid me $15 and he didn't tip me. Well, but he paid me $15, was like, write this thing for me, and so I did. And in it, I not only tried to be really terrible, which I enjoy doing, but I also took personal shots at Flam.
Yay!
Like Priest. I took personal shots, like really personal, at Flam.
I'm so ready.
Yeah.
Alright, so Flipping the Bird's description is, your dates with Gabby have so far been wonderful. Now at last, you know it's time to go back to her place and play a little hide the salami. You're totally prepared, or so you think. As it turns out, Gabby is hiding something between her legs that's bound to remind you that the two of you are not birds of a feather. Awesome. We're gonna go into this blind, but...
Do you want the warnings for you?
No, I don't.
Then don't look at them for you.
But... is this story not safe for work?
It's super not safe for Crystal Wishes.
Okay, then everyone should be ready, and I've been warned. Don't chicken out. You glance over at Gabby, where she walks beside you, smiling coyly. She's blushing slightly after a wonderful dinner date, and you can't help but smile as well. But it's not because of the food, which was honestly overpriced anyway and lacked any good lamb sauce. No, it's because there's a simple fact you can't get out of your head. This is date number 3, and you know what that means. Yep, you're gonna bang the catbird. She's been silent for more than a minute, a shocker considering her usual constant yapping, so you know she must feel the tension in the air as well. You've got a condom in your back pocket, which you're not sure you'll actually need. Can humans impregnate griffins? I mean, you're willing to try, for science. You have a few catchy lines to get her into bed. Your dick is as prepared as a Soviet sniper at Stalingrad. So is it much farther, you ask, trying to keep your voice sexy despite your awkward gait. Hey, it's hard to walk while keeping a boner covert. She giggles a little.
I'm sorry, did you want me to do a reading with you? Did you want me to be Gabby?
That's fine.
Do you want me to be Gabby?
Don't worry. I don't know what Gabby's voice sounds like.
Don't you remember her?
No. Like, I know she was in the Cutie Mark Crusaders, and we're basically banging a child in this, but...
No, she was a Griffon who showed up for the Cutie Mark Crusaders, was like, I want to get my Cutie Mark! That's the Griffon.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember her?
I think so. All
yeah,
right,
that's her.
Let me see what
So
I can do.
She's very excitable and girly and enthusiastic at all times.
Don't worry, it's just around the corner. I'm super excited to show you my place, she says with a wink. It's not the kind of nest I'd live in if I was in the back with the Griffins, but Ponyville still offers really nice cottages that are just big enough to stretch my wings. Are you super excited? Because I know you'll love it. Hey, honestly, as you're there, I'm sure I'll be thrilled, you say smoothly. Her blush deepens and she looks away with another soft laugh. Oh yeah. You're definitely sticking it in tonight. Sure enough, a small cottage stands just around a building to the left. You hear a little squee of delight from the Griffin at your side, and she rushes ahead to gesture broadly at the building. She looks at you, beaming, as if she's showing off a deformed baby. She's relieved. She feels relieved is finally out of her room. What the fuck is this?
You want to try that one again?
She looks at you, beaming, as if she's showing off a deformed baby she feels relieved is finally out of her womb. What did I tell you? She says, then rushes to the door to hold it open for you. Why, thank you, my lady, you tell her, giving her a bow as you enter. If only you'd worn a fedora to tip at her. You'll have to give her a tip of something else tonight instead to make up for it.
Are you upset at me yet?
Damn, you feel witty tonight. Must be all the gin you had before dinner. It always gives you the best sense of false confidence, and it makes you not care that you have no taste in alcohol and you're a romance autist. Jesus, pencil. Okay. Gabby holds a talon over her mouth to cover a laugh and steps into the room behind you. Ah, well, at least she seems to enjoy your over-the-top attempts at getting into her non-existent pants. In fact, she takes this opportunity to practically pounce on you, knocking you backwards onto the couch. You let out a short sound of surprise, but it quickly fades into one of pleasure as you feel her warm, soft body weight against you. You always thought it would be weird to kiss a griffin, because they have the whole beak thing going on. And it's true. When you first started making out with Gabby, you had to crush down the mental image that you were kissing a kraken or something. Nowadays, you're kind of over it, and that tongue is certainly talented. Not that you're itching to put your dick in a potentially deadly beak or anything, but at least the experience has become enjoyable. You pull away from the kiss slightly to arch your eyebrows suggestively at your date. She tilts her head at you, confused, looking hilariously like a parrot who's just discovered its reflection in a mirror and is debating whether or not to hump it. Then, light dawns in her eyes, and you see a wash of reactions ripple through her expression. Recognition, surprise, desire, embarrassment, and hopefulness all take their turn until at last she glances away, smiling broadly. Still, to drive home the point, you lean towards her until your lips are brushing against the feathers of either side of her head that represent where ears should be. It feels weird to be whispering into literal holes in the side of her head, but you suppose it's no worse than yodeling into a vagina. Your last girlfriend didn't like that much, but then again she never did appreciate good music. Do you want to? You whisper seductively. You feel a shiver of excitement run through Gabby's body. She makes a little whimper noise of wanting in the back of her throat. Then, as you pull back again, you see her nodding vigorously at you. Score. You've got her eating out of the palm of your hand. Okay, never say that again and stop thinking about pigeons. Sex time now. She aggressively grabs your hand and practically drags you towards the bedroom. You stumble over a small end table and a chair as you try to keep up, all the while undoing your belt with your one free hand. She yanks you through the door to her room and slams it shut behind you, then again leaps at you like a weird, feathery tigress. This time, you just barely manage to take a few steps back before falling heavily onto her bed. It feels a little scratchy, you notice, but then again, she did mention she sleeps in a nest. Probably made of straw and twigs and stuff like that, so you'll have to be careful not to catch your scrote or anything while you're fucking her. Speaking of fucking Gabby, she seemed very eager for that to happen. From on top of you, she's pawing at your pants with her back feet, as if aching to get them off of you and onto the floor. Her kisses barely give you enough time to breathe, and you're careful to keep your tongue back a ways, for fear of her biting it off. She's pretty hot. It's pretty hot that she's so into you, but you're no bitch boy. You're gonna be on top, like a real man. Forget relaxing on the bottom while she does all the work and you enjoy yourself. It's grunt, sweaty, lower back pain time. You forcefully grab Gabby by the shoulders and flip her sideways past you onto her back against the bed. It rustles more than squeaks, and she lets out a little cry of surprise and delight as you roll over to pin her down. Just a little roll in the hay, huh?
Good job.
Did you use that joke?
No.
What the fuck? Alright. Oh, Anon! Oh, Anon! She whimpers. Please, I want you so much! I just never... Wait, so she's a virgin? He says that out loud?
Oh, no. That's weird. Thank you for catching that.
Your dick is diamonds and ready to bust down her innocence wall like the Kool-Aid Man into Jonestown.
So...
Hold on a second.
How mad are you at me?
There is a lot to break down here. And this works on a lot of levels. But how dare you? How dare you say, hey priest, Maybe we should record a nice little recording, a little narration, and hit me with this.
I mean, Flam liked the joke.
It's a great joke! It hurts how good it is.
It's so bad.
Don't worry, you tell her, trying to sound sexy and tender, but actually sounding like a sexual predator. I'll be gentle with you. She whimpers once more and slowly begins to spread her legs for you. You watch her body begin to relax, watch her thighs begin to gradually part. The low light of the bedroom shines across her fully belly, down and down until it rests upon... What the fuck is that? You stare in quiet bafflement at the area between Gabby's legs. There you expected to see 2 holes, maybe technically 3. There was supposed to be a vaginal opening as well as an anus. Maybe, depending what's going on with Lion, you may even see a urethra. Instead, you see a hole. 1 hole. Only 1. There is a mess of fur and feathers together all around her lower bits, but in the middle it falls away slightly. There's bare skin around a reddish, puckered-looking hole. It sort of looks like an anus, just redder and somehow more angry somehow. It looks like a frustrated little old man glaring at you, telling you to get off his lawn. Does Gabby have a lawn? Do feathers count as pubic hair? Matters for another time. For now, you still have to wonder out what's going on down there in Genital Town.
Do you want to try that sentence again?
No. Matters for another time. For now, you still have to find out what's going down here in Genital Town.
No! You've said it that way twice! I don't know why you said it that way.
Matters for another time.
For now, you still have to figure out, not find out, what's going on down here in Genital Town. Not what's going down in Genital Town. Nothing's going down in Genital Town, Priest.
You don't know that.
I wrote this. Jesus Christ.
You find yourself stammering, unsure of what to say. You're not sure how long you've been making that noise. Is something wrong, Anon? Gabby says. You can hear genuine concern in your voice. Her voice, probably. Mm-hmm. You should be tactful here. You should comfort her, tell her that it's all okay, and be a gentleman. These are all things you should do, but you're so thrown for a loop that you forget all of it. Instead, you point emphatically down at her nethers. You have 1 hole. You say flatly. Gabby looks up at you, looking a little insulted and a little confused. Well, yeah. All Griffins do. What? Have you... You didn't tell me this is your first time too, Anon. Your wizard status has been called out, but you're still too transfixed by the single wrinkled opening to care. Humans have multiple holes, you say slowly, for different things, like pooping. We poop too, you know. From where? Gabby rolls her eyes and points with a single claw to the hole. You cringe backwards in horror as if you're ready for poop to spray out of there at any minute. From there. It all happens there, she says, obviously annoyed. My cloaca is the same as any other Griffins, so could you quit staring at it like it's weird? Cloaca? You know the word, but it all comes flooding back to you at once. Her lower half may not look like that of a lion, but she's half bird too. Cloacas are what birds have. A single hole from which they poop, pee, mate, and even lay eggs. Apparently, Griffins have one of those. But this isn't a deal breaker, right? You can overcome this. It's just like having anal sex and vaginal sex at the same time. Nothing's wrong with that, right? Actually, it's kind of a cool thing. Something that no other humans except redneck chicken fuckers can brag about. With just killing 2 birds with 1. No, stop. Don't go there. Get some help. Anyway, you shake your head hard and try to settle yourself. Your boner has deflated like a lazy party clown's balloon animals. But you can breathe back life. You can breathe life back into it by just... You can... Your boner has deflated like a lazy party clown's balloon animals. But you can breathe life back into it just by focusing on the fact that you're going to have sex. Yay. You're going to finally fuck something in this world. And then you can forget about that time with your cousin back in 5th grade that totally doesn't count. Sorry, you mumble, trying to put on a smile. It was just different, you know? Different isn't bad or anything, just surprising. Do you like surprises? Gabby says, still looking uneasy but beginning to blush again. Oh, yes, you murmur, and lower your head to her beak for another kiss. It only takes a second, but your little soldier's again and ready for a blitzkrieg. You center yourself between her legs, ignoring the condom because, you don't use condoms for anal, right? She moans softly as you press your dick against the surprisingly tight opening. It's wet, probably because she's so excited for her first time, and you quickly beginning to feel yourself slipping past the resistance. Gabby groans, and you bite your lip to keep from moaning like a whore as your cock penetrates her snug little hole, going deeper and deeper and... What the fuck is that? You jerk back sharply out of her as your dick hits up against something solid and smooth. What the fuck was that shit? Were you poking her poop? Do they pee and poop from there sometimes at the same time? They do pee and poop from there, sometimes at the same time. Gross as that is, you don't think it's the answer. No, it was way, way too solid. Way too smooth. What the fuck could it possibly even... You slowly look up at Gabby, your face going pale. You again point down to her cloaca, and her face breaks into a very sheepish smile. Gabby, you say, your voice cracking. Is that an egg? It's not fertile or anything. Is that an egg? You said you like surprises. A motherfucking egg! Surprise! You stand up slowly and zip your pants. Nope. It's too weird. You can't do it. It's one thing to fuck a bird cloaca. It's another to rub your cock against a raw egg stuffed up inside her like that. Ovipositing is so not your fetish. Even that alien impregnation anime you saw that one time. It only got you to, half-mast at best. You turn back towards the bed where Gabby is lying, looking obviously disappointed. So, she says hesitantly, you're not going to, ruffle my feathers? You open your mouth, close it again, and then cover your face in shame and self-hatred as you say the only thing you can possibly think of. I don't think I can pigeonhole myself like that. End. What the fuck?
Are you okay, Priest?
What did I just read?